Hello YouTube, it's Nebros again. We're back with another Rev Says Desu reaction. Redditors meltdown after problematic VTuber gets cancelled. You always know it's going to be a weird one when Kirche is involved. So let's get into it. Link to the original video will be down below, and let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rip here. So today we're going to be once again talking about the very problematic VTuber Kirche. Now, she's upset a lot of Redditors and Twitter freaks with a development.
Problematic, but nobody who I've ever asked can actually tell me why people are problematic. The Blue Sky had that whole VTuber hit list that they want cancelled, and like Henya the Genius and Silvervale, two of the most wholesome on there. You know, is it literally just because of the Hogwarts Legacy thing? But anyway, that's not relevant here. The point is they don't actually know.
Regarding her fan base and just her content generally. So you might remember Kirche. She's someone we talked about a couple times over the past couple of months. She had basically a whole life ruination campaign launched against her by people who are basically trying to deplatform her,
Munching
take
an
away
apple
her
if you can hear.
sponsors. And one of the big pieces of this was 3 articles made by Vice that were straight up hit pieces. And
Yeah,
eventually, through
and a
some
valence.
pressure, she was able to win that sort of battle and get the articles taken down. Now, what's going on
Solid
this
W.
time? Well, a fan purchased a Billboard slot for her to promote her content, which we've seen people like
That's
Pippa have
amazing.
this done from her own community before. I believe that was in Tennessee.
Yeah, but they don't like Pippa either, so but that's amazing. I love that. That billboard looks amazing.
A couple years ago. But yeah, this is very funny to see. Imagine pulling down the Massachusetts freeway or wherever this is in Massachusetts and seeing Kirche on a big billboard. Now, of course, you know what's going to happen here. People are very, very upset. This was a birthday gift to her from her community, and now people are making the pilgrimage, including some angry Redditors. So as you can see, oh, by the way, Reddit is seething about this because of course they are. So
It's Reddit. Reddit unfortunately overtook BuzzFeed as the internet's equivalent of ass cancer.
let's read some of the comments from these humble Redditors, okay? First one saying, I did a quick search. It seems like they live in Massachusetts. They're also a huge bigot. Yeah.
Why? What makes them a huge bigot? I've never seen anything, you know. But actually, the term bigot, the goalpost for what makes a person a bigot seems to change so often. It's a wonder if that anyone can actually keep it together.
Being called a bigot by Redditors, I mean, that pretty much means absolutely nothing. This person
Yeah.
says, what's next? A Proud Boys billboard? Seems like a bit of a jump. And then this
Proud Boys. Who are the Proud Boys? It seems familiar. Who are the Proud Boys? Proud Boys is an American far-right neo-fascist militant organization that promotes and engages in political violence. Okay, Kirche doesn't do that, so yeah. Having an opinion that differs to yours is not violence.
this person just doing what the anti-racists always do. I can tell by the anime avatar, German name, and gaming that they're racist. Yep, once
Yeah, and 420 Cherubi, you're an idiot.
again, the anti-racist strike with some of the most racist stuff you'll ever see.
Also, 420 tells me a lot more about this person than maybe they want me to know.
This is in their attempt to battle a supposed bigot, and they're saying based on your German name and anime avatar and that you're a gamer, well, that makes a lot of sense. You must be racist. This person says, get the F out of here with the gaming dig.
Yeah,
This
thank you.
person
Thank you, Alternative L Sopod 832. Yeah, get out of here with that gaming
says,
dick.
video games are my main hobby. I know from regular personal experience how racist the average hard R gamer can be. Seems like you have a lot of experience with that sort of stuff for a
Is hard R meant to be far right? Look, if hard R is far right, or maybe it's hard racist or whatever, I don't know. But if it's far right, you got there's the what is that? What is that graph? It's the one that um, I forget what it's called. But yeah, you're gonna have lunatics on the far right or left of anything. Most people are in the center.
Guy who's so against racism. Also, when did Kirche say any of this? You're just making things up for no reason. And then this person says, in response to people basically saying, don't generalize, they say, relax. It's the same when someone calls men crappy or white people are racist. If you're not those things, being called them as a generalization shouldn't bother you.
Except it does bother me because those things can derail my career and have serious repercussions in certain circumstances. So, yeah, if you can't prove anything, then don't say it. If somebody's not blatantly racist or anything like that, then don't call them racist. Why is this so difficult? I don't get it.
Days later, and people still sea lying and tripping over themselves to gotcha me.
What is sea lioning?
Y'all keep
Gotta check that one out too. What is sea lioning? Sea lioning is a form of online harassment and trolling where a person persistently and disingenuously questions, often about basics or previously answered information, while maintaining a facade of polite curiosity and a desire. Okay, so what I do a lot of the time would be considered sea lioning, but that's not what's happening here. This isn't that.
outing yourselves. It's going great. Yeah, you seem like you're doing really well. Sitting here in a Reddit thread
Actually, this over here seems more like sea lioning than anything else.
about a random person you could just ignore if you wanted to, and saying generalizations, including negative ones, it's fine, right? If you're just not the thing they're saying, they're generalizing about you as a certain class that you are, it shouldn't bother you at all. Imagine using these sorts of negative generalizations on other races or genders, and people like this
Hmm.
would lose their mind. But of course, they're
Absolutely.
going after men and white people. That's the
But so yeah, using these same sort of negative generalizations would result in these same people losing their minds if targeted at other demographics, and for the reason you think. But also, if the generalizations are incorrect, which is to say that the people being accused of these negative stereotypes are not exhibiting those behaviors, then they have every right to be mad at it. Just the same as if somebody calls me a racist or sexist because I'm a white male, you know, I have every right to be mad about that because I'm none of those things.
safe edgy that is Reddit approved, and nobody has a problem with it. It's very pathetic, very hypocritical, and I'm sure if there was a generalization made about them that was negative, they
Hmm.
wouldn't like it. And of
Nor should they if they're not those things.
course, you keep going, and mushy mushy, take meds, yes.
Mushi Mishi.
People saying they seem awful. Then you see the
Why?
real campaign here. People trying
If you've never seen Kirche or heard about Kirche or anything like that, that billboard is going to tell you absolutely nothing. So why would about her? So why from that billboard do quote unquote they seem awful? That's stupid.
to get this billboard taken down. Again, espouting some of the most ridiculous things that not things that Kirche even said. They're miscategorizations of things she said and also just made up.
That's so strange. I saw this today and can't believe they actually allowed this to go up. Pretty gross. Why? The billboard company probably has never even heard of Kirche Vestal. Why on earth would they care? They got paid a crap ton of money to put the picture of an anime fox girl up on a billboard with her details on it. That's what they see.
Like, oh, if you want to stop being called a bigot, then stop referring to yourself as a Ku Klux Kirche. Well, that's what the psychos on places like Twitter and Reddit call her. Like, I think you need to ask those people to stop doing that. That's why it was a thing in the first place, because they're so deluded in what in their minds fits as a bigot.
Actually, Ku Klux Kirche kind of has a ring to it. And if I were her, for the sake of nothing else than pissing people off, I would actually call my fan base that. Do the whole Marilyn Manson thing. If people want to bitch and moan about stuff, give them something to bitch and moan about.
Or a KKK member, it's ridiculous. But they're literally getting together these forms that they want you to fill out. They want to actually get this taken down. It bothers them so
And his spouse's great
much.
replacement.
These people are trying to work with the city council to get it taken down. Imagine.
Okay, so you know what I'm about to do now. What is the great replacement theory? I need a TLDR. Is a debunked white nationalist far-right conspiracy theory espoused by French author Renaud Camus. Alright, I'll look into that in greater detail later, maybe.
Just imagine being this soft over a billboard because you saw the boogeyman you've been crying about on social media the last couple of years. But here's some more. This person saying, I have seen this person online. She actually said she would report me and my wife's boyfriend to ICE and get us deported. I couldn't believe somebody could be that bigoted in the present day. This is Reddit, okay? Normally I'd say this is a joke. I believe it. I believe they think this happened, or they
me when I lie on the internet.
Fantasy into their head. But anyways, here's some more. We're a top one.
I believe that someone threatened to report him and his wife's boyfriend to ICE to get them deported. I don't necessarily believe it was Kirche, though.
I believe it.
Citation needed. I speak under correction.
I believe they think this happened, or they conjured this fantasy into their head. But anyways, here's some more. We're a top 1% commenter. Wow. What a way to spend your life. We could call the Billboard company and complain. Should ban billboards like in Vermont.
We could call the Billboard company and complain, and the Billboard company's gonna go, wah! Go cry about it somewhere else. Leave us alone. Stop wasting our time.
Months. And then another person down here, once again, trying to promote people to get it taken down, right? This is the best thing they can do. This is their World War III, trying to get this billboard taken down. This is the most important moment of their lives. And there's some more here saying that's disgusting. Can we act?
These are people who don't actually have any real problems in their lives. They want for nothing. They have absolutely nothing else going on in their lives.
Exile them from Massachusetts. Let's get that taken down. Like 99% of Vtubers are chill, normal people, but of course, the racist bigot seems a little redundant. One puts up a billboard, nope, her community bought it.
And again, if I were to ask Hexagon Havoc why Kirche's a racist bigot, you probably couldn't tell me.
Stick to these chill Vtubers, thanks. That's the closest thing to someone actually making a good use of their time. If you don't like these problematic VTubers like Kirche, do something else. Go watch someone else instead of seething on Reddit all day and night.
Exactly. It's like I said in a previous video. I don't like avocado, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get avocados taken off the shelves and cancelled or vilify people who do eat the stuff. I don't like them, so I don't eat them. If it's an option in a dish that I have at a restaurant, I tell them, you know what, hold the avo. You know, I'm not tying myself up in knots or wringing my hands over the fact that avocados exist. I just avoid them. I don't eat them. Can't stop anybody else eating them and enjoying them, and I wouldn't even try. It's just better for your own peace of mind if you take things that way. Now, someone said something about the avocados. There was a comment. I think it was a bit of a silly comment, but it's whatever. I'm not going to go into that now. Let's continue.
And down here, people say we should be like Vermont and ban these distracting eyesores. Dunkin' Donuts, dispensaries, casinos, and scum sucker lawyers can figure out another way to let people know they exist. Interesting.
Okay. But Kirche Vestal is not Dunkin' Donuts, dispensaries, casinos, or a scum sucker lawyer. So, you know,
stuff. Now, the seething would also bleed over into Twitter as well, because of course it would.
yeah.
This is a great post saying, pros, it's only up for 30 days. It's in a blue state, so more than likely someone will demand it be taken down. Barely anyone will care or know who Kirche is.
So why does it bother them? I don't understand. If barely anyone will know who Kirche is, why does it bother them so much?
Interesting. It seems like people really care. They're quite upset, in fact, at
Hmm.
least on Reddit. And then they say the cons. They forgot to add the fact she's a white supremacist Nazi
Oh
who
dear God.
blackmails journalists' places of employment.
No. The journalist in question wrote several hit pieces about her and got her banned on Twitch that were taken out of context. The information was inaccurate. It was basically a whole fan fiction about Kirche written by this journalist. None of it was true. It was very defamatory. This journalist was lucky Kirche didn't take any legal action. I think she was prepared to, though.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you write a hit piece on, or a series of hit pieces on someone, and they say, well, I'm going to request a redaction or I'm going to take legal action.
Yeah.
That's what she did, and Vice folded instantly. Now, thank you for bringing up that entire scenario because it's a nice little lead into the next part of this video.
Cool.
2 of the articles were
Yep.
made by Anna Valens. Also, the third one was basically defending Anna as they were getting criticism for these hit piece articles.
And nowhere did I ever see Kirche advocate for any hate mobs or harassment of Anna Valens for it. So
seems like they're having a bit of a time with this, saying, okay, I need to know who bought the billboard.
that's none of your concern. That has absolutely nothing at all to do with you.
Why do you want to know that? I don't really know what the intentions here are. It doesn't seem very good. And
the intentions are so that she can smear this person for buying Kirche the billboard. That's what she wants to do.
If you look at the comment section, looks like the rural Midwest, so it checks out. Her views are seen as acceptable there. Probably Anna.
Looks like the rural Midwest. How do you get that from that picture? How do you decide that? Okay, that's the rural Midwest. I don't get it. And you know what I'm going to do now? USA rural Midwest. Ugh, fat fingering things. Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, and South Dakota and Wisconsin. And then, so it's in MA, USA state, MA. He said it was what? Massachusetts. Yeah. So if we go, let's do maps. It's on the East Coast. It's nowhere near the Midwest. Yeah, so there's Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota. There's a few of the ones. Illinois, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota there. Okay, I zoomed out. Oh, well. Yeah, so anyway, it's not the rural Midwest.
Very good.
So this person's
an
an idiot.
Comment section looks like the rural Midwest, so it checks out. Her views are seen as acceptable there. Probably Anna V. Like all religious billboards, it was through collective donations from her cult members. Wow. Now this should have been on Reddit. Okay, that post just screamed Reddit on so many levels. That would have gotten so many
Does it not
upvotes
though?
in that Reddit thread. Man, what a missed opportunity. This one says, what are the going rates for a non-premium billboard? Surely this isn't her spending her own money, right? No,
No, it
because she
was
has
a
a community
gift.
that supports her, so they do stuff like
It
this
was a birthday
for
present from
her
a viewer
as a reward because she is
or a
well
group of
liked.
viewers.
I'm also happy to say, just looking at this random uh, grouping of Twitter users, I'm blocked by every single one, including Anna, which is just badges of honor at this point. You know you're doing something
Yeah.
right when all these deranged people are upset with you to the point they got to hide away from you. But of course, there's another situation involving
Oh, not Anna
Vice. Some
Valence
big
again.
news over here.
Uh,
Anna saying, Vice's own Savage Ventures has requested the removal of my collective shout articles. This is due to concerns about the controversial subject matter, not journalistic complaints.
Again, if it's controversial subject matter, why would they take on that baggage? This is effective immediately. I will no longer contribute to Waypoint. If this upsets you, I recommend contacting. Yeah, so she's taking it personally. At least that's my take. That's how I see it. She's taking it personally, but it's really she's covering controversial topics, and the Savage Ventures doesn't want to take on that baggage, and nor should they if they don't if it's not a good business decision for them. You're opening up yourself to a lot of problems by doing that. So yeah, they have every right to do that. Sorry, Anna, but I don't know what to tell you.
Effective immediately. I will no longer contribute to waypoints. If this upsets you, I recommend contacting Savage Ventures directly with your complaints.
I will no longer contribute to Waypoint. Oh no! Anyway,
Doesn't this kind of feel like a full circle type moment here? Where now all of a sudden they're the victim who's getting treated so unfairly.
yeah,
Like maybe you shouldn't have made so many hit pieces about VTubers. That's kind of what happened here, and I don't think anyone really feels sorry for this individual. But yeah, you shouldn't be surprised though. It's Vice. They've completely fallen off. They have no journalistic integrity. You knew what you were getting into when you
that's
started
why Anna
working
got
with this
employed by
company.
them in the
But
first place.
yeah, that's pretty much the situation for today. A very funny moment. At the end of the day, these people are going to screech and cry no matter what happens with Kirche or any of the other so-called problematic VTubers who dare to have wrongthink, who dare to have any sort of a viewpoint that upsets these very fragile individuals. And it's going to continue to happen over and over again. And all it does at the end of the day, just like with the hit pieces and the Life Ruination campaign, it just builds stronger and more unified support among the fan base that already exists, and it brings a lot of people to their attention, to their streams, to their content, their
Yeah,
accounts, what have.
and in the case of Banana Juju, it catapults her to unprecedented success that she didn't even think of. So, yeah, good on her.
Because a lot of people will say, "What's the big deal?" and they'll check this out and enjoy someone's content like this. And honestly, the people who are
Fuck
upset and
Sufan, I
seethe
like
and
that.
slander and do all these things, they were never going to be fans in the first place. So it's like you're
Nah.
not even wasting it. There's no reason to waste your time on those people, anyways. But for now, that's
Yeah, it's like what Johnny Depp said. Like, do what you want. You're gonna piss somebody off. I think that was what Johnny Depp quote. Quotes. Let's see. Uh, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Don't play their game. Don't do what they want. Find your own way. Well, it's not exactly what I was thinking of, but basically, you're going to piss somebody off, so, just do what you want. Do what's right by you, because somewhere along the line, you're going to piss somebody off, and somewhere along the line, someone's going to like what you do. So, yeah, I don't watch Kirche at all. Not for this or that. It's just I already follow like a ton of VTubers, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with with the ones I do follow. So I don't follow Kirche. I see her on my For You page every now and then because other people I do follow are actually there, and I think I follow her as well. I don't know, but in any case, yeah, happy birthday to Kirche. Congrats on the Billboard. You have an awesome community for that, and yeah, I think that's going to do it. I think the people who are seething about this are nuts. I think they reveal their own problems, and I think a lot of their accusations are projection. But as Rev said, that's going to do it for this video for now. As I said, link to the original video will be down below. Um, check out my get your fuel that hits harder than excuses for when you get up and go, got up and went, get poggers, and reforge your gaming system with Starforge systems. Both links will be in the description down below. 10% off poggers, 5% off Starforge. You'll be helping me out in ways you cannot even imagine, and I would be very, very grateful. So, with that all being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.